Hey, everybody. Excuse me. There's my speaking cough. It's the only thing I can assume or think to call it. Because every time I turn the camera on and start recording, all of a sudden, hey, I got a cough. Yeah, and I need to shave. Um, Channel update and such. Kind of a neat spot, huh? Nice dirt wall. A little bit of building material. Kind of secluded. Stuffy nose, check. Hot coffee, check. Really warm flannel on a miserable, cold, windy, rainy day, check. I'll wait till a couple of you guys get here so I don't have to go through the whole spiel again. And yes, it's windy. Hopefully you guys can hear me just fine. Come here, Dakota. Oh. Up here. Up here. Come here. Let's see if we can get up there. Let's see if we can stand. Come here, you goofball. You stand up there. You stand up there. You gonna be a tree dog? No. No, you don't want to be a tree dog. No, you don't want to be a tree dog. Goofy dog. I really need to get her in some more videos other than my live chats. Pretty good dog for the most part. Excuse me. Sorry. Ooh, a vine. This little vine. Natural rope. So, most of you guys, maybe some new people, have watched the last video. Oh, a birch tree. That's awesome. That's fire starter. I'm in my backyard, as you can hear the traffic and the chickens and everything else. This is just the little corner. It's kind of near where I do my MRE videos. So, as you guys seen, I had to take down the mega shelter. That was, honest to God, heartbreaking. That thing is what got this channel really going. And yeah, I was a little bit upset about it. So, that being said, there's hey, what's going on, Dup? There's a couple of options I have. I could film right here in my little corner, which I will be doing. I'm in talks to lease some land, literally across the street, pretty much. It's technically 200 acres, but I would be leasing a section that is 15 acres. You quit jumping around, you goofball. And I'm going to see about, because here's the problem with that land. So if I lease that land during deer season, which would be September until December 31st, that's bow season and including rifle season, I wouldn't have access to land. The proposal I came up with was, since how in the springtime and most of the summer I don't have access to the land that I was filming on, that I lease that land until September, and then when the cows leave here, which would be around September or so, October maybe, then I take over and lease this land. So I would just bounce back and forth. I should have an answer by Wednesday, if it's agreed upon, because the person I rent this from, they own a huge farm and other companies, I believe. I'm not exactly sure. Never really asked. But put that down. No. I'm sorry. Dakota, here. Come here. Sorry. Dog had something she shouldn't have been chewing on. It was a dead animal. So, Dakota, do you need to go inside? You leave that alone. So that would be the option that, or that's the what I put on the table was I'll give you X amount of dollars. You lease me that land from, it'd be roughly about April, May-ish until September. And then after the cows leave, I lease this land over here, which is where I've been filming, from September or whatever. No, until April again. So, and I don't go out in the woods during hunting season. One, I don't want to get shot with people's hunting. I personally don't hunt anymore. I haven't in years. I'm not against it at all. Hunting is something that definitely should happen. I just personally don't do it. Don't have the time. Honestly, the stomach for it anymore. I don't know what it was after my son and daughter were born. I don't know. Can't cut open a deer for some reason. Excuse me. So, if that falls through for any reason, the other option I have is our state is slowly starting to open, and roughly 25 minutes from here, there's, I don't know how many acres. I guess maybe I should have researched it a little bit more, but there's some state forest land not too far from here. It's like 25 minutes. They have there's a river that runs through it that has fish in it. So if I could get to a spot where there's some northerns or walleye or whatever, excuse me, I could set up a camp and just bring my tarp or hammock or whatever, and quit jumping on me, goofball, and maybe do a catch and cook. That'd be awesome. So with that being said, I would not be able to, because I want to rebuild the mega shelter. I want to, it's obviously not going to be the same, but it'll be pretty darn close. But yeah, I want to rebuild that thing. I love that shelter. And hey, not doing too bad, Stone. I made you, Dub C, and somebody else oh gosh darn it. Dub C, what did I make you guys? I don't remember. I made you guys something on my channel. Like, I didn't make you something, I made you something. I don't know, a comma or something needs to go in that sentence. Dub C knows what it's called. He's got a channel. So like when somebody goes to my channel, they'll, like, you guys will pop up too, so they'll hopefully go to your channel. Yeah, what he said. Good thing Dub's paying attention and has decent memory. So that being said, if the land falls through, which is a blow, don't get me wrong. I have the state land that's 25 state forest land where I could, yeah, not a problem, man. Where I could do, the same stuff, but the problem is, then I fall into rules. So some places you can't have an open fire and stuff like that. But I've got a little jet stove jet stove that I could bring with. I still, regardless, this year I plan on buying a hot tent and a little sled, some snowshoes, stuff like that, and going out and doing these different winter trips around these different state forests that are near me. Another thing is this spot right here. So it's try to do this. There's a dirt wall, this nice crooked tree. Oh, hold on, I gotta loosen something up. There we go. Me, hey. it's fairly surrounded, as you could call it. How would you guys feel if I did a video on it 100 feet from my house, if that? I'm real close to the road. So if I come out here and I do overnights and I film videos in the mega shelter right here, I'm not going to run to my house and sleep in there at night or anything like that. Any of that foolish stuff. There will be chicken sounds. There will be road sounds. But this is the best I could come up with, because like I said, I really want to rebuild that shelter. And if the land falls through, I won't be able to build it out here with the cows. I told him that, if he makes that deal with me, I will build a permanent shelter, which I want to do at a fallen tree, but there won't be any tarps per se. I will put a tarp on the inside, unless I can somehow manage to collect enough grass and leaves and twigs and everything to make that thing watertight. Without making it a fire hazard, because I want to put my wood stove in there, or at least get a second wood stove, or possibly even build a wood stove to put in that little shelter, just to help with heat during the wintertime, because I want to do trips out there when it's like -50. So that being said, what are your guys' thoughts? Yeah, the wind's blowing the wrong direction here. This should, in theory, come on, behind tower. Oh, now you're all crooked. Yeah, it's really nasty weather today. It's overcast. The wind's blowing towards the tower, which, believe it or not, does affect cell phone towers. And it's just a rainy, low cloud kind of day. So yeah, I probably got really shitty service, excuse my language. So hopefully I'm not cutting in out too bad. I'd connect to my Wi-Fi, but my Wi-Fi sucks for upload speeds, and that's what you need for this to work. Does that seem any better, Stone, or is it worse? 'Cause let me, yeah, I mean, I've got full bars of 5G, but it's me thing. But so I mean, what are you guys' thoughts on that? I mean, regardless, I mean, I can build a permanent shelter over there. I could rebuild the mega shelter. The problem with that land is there's not a lot of little trees and fallen trees and stuff like that. It's a lot of great big oak. There is a really cool pond on there. Okay, well, I apologize. Hopefully it's supposed to be like 95 tomorrow or Tuesday or some crap, so that'll fix things, I'm sure. But so I would have to build a permanent mega shelter type shelter over there. But that's a big ass woodbine. Sorry. What would you guys get out of there? No, bad dog. Yeah. What are you guys honest to God thoughts if I rebuilt the mega shelter right here in this spot? Like I said, yes, I'd be real close to my house, but don't worry, I'm not gonna pansy out and run in there like Bear Grylls and sleep in my bed and pretend that I'm out here. I'm going to legitimately be out here. So, yes, you'd have to deal with the car sounds, which I'm sure you guys can hear fantastic, or fantastically. That sounds like a word. And the chicken sounds and stuff like that. I mean, I need your guys' honest opinion. Would you look down on me if I did that, if I rebuilt the mega shelter right here? Okay. So, I mean, come on. What are you doing, you goofball? No, you wouldn't look down on me? Okay, and that's what I want to know. I mean, you know. Oh, I love what I'm doing, but I also I want you guys to love what I'm doing. Um, so I think, regardless, I'm supposed to have an answer on that land by Wednesday. Um, Leave that alone. I gotta throw that thing in the burn barrel. Um, I I I would if I get that property across the street, but the problem is they're gigantic jigs. I absolutely have to, and I just I there's not enough building material over there like there was here in the back. But if this deal goes through, where I get as soon as them cows are out of that frickin' pasture, um, I put that photo because that was the video I was going to be doing this week, because I was going to build a bushcraft shelter completely out of natural material, except for possibly one tarp on the inside. That was going to be the only, well, that and rope, obviously. And I was going to put my wood stove in there. But that's my plan, and that still might happen this fall, because once those cows are gone, I'm gonna be back out there filming here and there. I just gotta make some kind of a deal here. Um, so just for right now, for the summer and stuff like that, I can't do that. What I really want to do is find a chunk of land, and that is my own, to buy it. But it's I don't know why gold must pour out of the ground around here, but in order to find cheap land, which is kind of foolish, you'd think it'd be more expensive because of the getting away from bigger cities kind of aspect of it. Land way up north, 4.5 hours away, is dirt cheap. So that's an option I'm going to explore eventually after my channel gets a little bit bigger. I would love to go up north and find 40 or 50 or 100 acres, a nice little river running through it or something like that. That's something, yes, I have aspirations of doing. But to find land around here where it's close to where, if I get out of work, I could run over there real quick and do a live chat with you guys, or do a short video on the shelter or whatever I build. Pretty difficult, even to find land for lease. This is the only two options I really have. Excuse me. I looked at some land here that was, it was like, I think it was 20 acres or maybe it was 30 acres. And it had some trees and some tillable land and stuff like that. It was over $200,000. That's outrageous. Back in Michigan, I don't know what it is now, but back in Michigan, you could pick up, a 20-acre parcel for under 60,000 up north. Is outrageous. So that's going to have to wait until this channel really takes off, and I'm getting that ad revenue and sponsorships to where I can afford something like that. That's what you guys will hear when I rebuild the mega shelter here. So I've got a 4-day weekend. The state lands for dispersed camping open back up on Monday. My 4-day weekend starts Thursday after work. So I'm contemplating going and doing a video out at the state land. Probably an overnight. I'll bring my sleeping bag, fishing pole if I can find a spot close enough to the river. The fish should be in the river by now. They probably never really leave. If I can find all that stuff, and it's, as soon as I get done with this live chat, I'm going to start eyeballing satellite views and picking an area to go. So if all that, quit eating that. If everything works out, probably be early Friday morning, I'll head out there and do an all-day video. Probably bring a MRE with for like a lunch, and maybe even so that's part of my plan for next weekend. My original plan, like I said, was to build that shelter and then camp at night. I have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday off. So that's one thing I'm going to do. And I think whether it be, oh shoot, whether it's Friday or if I do it, excuse me, not Friday. Friday I'm busy. And then, you know, I might go out there and do another video, whether it, I don't know, maybe Sunday, maybe just like a hike and try to catch a fish and cook it, maybe a cook type video. I don't really know. I haven't completely decided. So, and then I think Monday, you know, as long as you guys are all cool with it, you seem to be, haven't seen anybody say, no, that's cheating or anything silly like that. I think I'm going to start rebuilding the mega shelter right here. You know, there's enough trees. I'd have to trim some branches. There's enough layout and everything. I could rebuild this thing. It'd be different to an extent. It would probably slope down this way to go up against this tree. And, you know, there's a fair amount of dead trees and stuff just on this area of the property that I could cut up, and, you know, I could line parts of it and make it sort of like yeah, I'm gonna do that probably Friday, Saturday night, do the solo camp regardless. But yeah, it'll probably be a series again. I don't think I'll do it all in one day. I'll just split it up, and then so, you know, if the land completely falls through, that's going to be how my channel goes. It's going to be camping out on state land, building the mega shelter, camping in the mega shelter, doing my MRE review videos over there, and some of them out in the woods and stuff like I've been doing. It's just I won't have a mega shelter out there or on Dakota. Leave that alone. Damn dog. But yeah, so, you know, that's the update. Here's the other update. I contacted a guy today that a very good friend of mine recommended, because I just don't have the time or quite the knowledge to do it. But I did purchase the domain name today. It's kind of sounds corny, but it's the only thing I can get close enough to what I actually wanted, because some dildo bought the name I wanted, and they're trying to sell it for like $1,500, because people do that crap. So I purchased the domain name RyanOutdoorsTV.com. I'm going to be launching a website within a month. The guy is a little behind, but, you know, he was really fair price compared to some others. And, you know, he built the website for my buddy, and the guy did a damn good job. So on that website, I will be uploading my photos, and I will match them with trips, starting from the point that that website launches forward. There will be random photos on there now, a photo gallery. When I'm out filming, I take a ton of pictures, and I never really share them with you guys. You know, every once in a while I'll use one as a thumbnail. Also on that website, it's going to be broken down into sections. So, excuse me, hiking videos will all be, you know, like I would hope to make it to where the newest video is on top, but hiking videos will be broken into a section, camping, etc. Kayaking, fishing videos, stuff like that. It's all going to be broken down into different pieces. I will put all of my affiliate links for Amazon, for all the gear that I have. My merchandise will go on there, which is kind of a pain in the arse. So you can design something, but you can't save that design. So, like, if I came up with the idea of, I'll put my Iron Mountain Outdoors with the trees and the little guy cooking the marshmallow in the tent. If I wanted to put that on a coffee mug, if it doesn't give me that option, I'll give you his contact information after the show. I'll text it to you. But if I wanted to do that, like put it on a coffee cup like this, we'll say, or a porcelain one, or whatever the hell they're made out of, drop it. I can't do that. I have to completely redesign it, and the way my brain functions, yeah, I do that with. So, you know, it'll do that stuff. Here's the other thing: the guy also makes apparel, but you know, until I get a bigger following, it's just financially not feasible for me right now. I did the Teespring thing. I put the hoodies as cheap as possible. I haven't sold any of them yet. Granted, yeah, I know it's summer almost, and I should have started with t-shirts. So that happened, but E-Link will incorporate of this website. There'll be, you know, contact information. I'd like to make it so you guys could comment on photos and stuff like that. You know, kind of a social media aspect to it. It'll be optimized for tablets, iPads, iPhones, Android phones, computers, everything. So it'll almost act like an application for a phone. And it's something I've been wanting to do for a long time, and I've finally decided that, yeah, we're going to do it. I say a lot, don't I? So, you know, there'll be other things where I'll have a little like blog section. I'll discuss a little bit more about me. Oofta. Yeah, it's supposed to be 90 something here, I think Monday or Tuesday. I don't remember. It's gonna be hot as hell. It's like 50 degrees today. It's been raining for the last 2 days and just absolutely horrible. Is what? I don't know. Anyways, so you know, that's something I want to do, or something that is happening. That's not a dream. It's something I want to do. It's something that's going to happen. I launched my Instagram finally, which I've had an Instagram for a long time. I just changed the name to it and everything. And I just started really putting a little bit of time in it, uploading photos and stuff like that. That's something I'm going to be a little bit more proactive on. I don't even know if Instagram's still a thing. You know, I feel that it's probably one of those things that I should have jumped on the like 3 or 4 or 5 years ago, whenever the hell it came out, but never did. Yeah, I think that's more stuff that I'm gonna be doing the chicken video still. I gotta get the lumber to build the hutch for them, or not hutch, whatever you call it, the thing where they lay the eggs. I still got to do that. Here's another thing I'm going to do with that website. I'm going to buy a couple and once I get the mega shelter built, I'll probably put one out here, maybe. Okay, I might put one out here, I should say. I will be putting one in the chicken coop, and I will be putting one in the nesting area. No, I have pet turkeys. I'm not breeding them or anything. But I'll be putting in there, and yeah, it might sound corny, but you know, people watch eagles lay eggs all day. Why the hell wouldn't they want to watch my chickens, right? So yeah, I'll be putting a webcam in there and a webcam on the outside of it so people can watch that stuff. Yeah, I accidentally discovered how to do that today. I had no idea you could do that, and I got on my computer and I was just looking at how well that last video I uploaded, the tragedy in the mega shelter video there, and I seen it said customize YouTube layout, and I went, huh. So I just started tinkering with it. That's something I'm going to work on a little bit more too. But you know, and I'll probably have. There we go. I'm live again. Wind must have shifted. I don't know this year. I'll probably have a pig webcam. Garden webcam would probably be boring, but I have the ability to make a wireless webcam. So I'd have to get a wireless webcam, and I've got a little Wi-Fi hotspot. I could actually plug all those in because I actually did do this as a test. Because I do have an existing webcam. It's just I want to get more. But I did this as a test when I stayed out in the mega shelter one night. And I used a battery bank, the webcam, and the Wi-Fi hotspot. I used all those in conjunction and was able to film all night. So I think if I incorporate the solar panel instead of the other one, because both those things hold electricity, that I could, in theory, make a self-contained consistently running. I think. Now, on cloudy, miserable days like this, I might need to somehow incorporate a battery of some sort and have the solar panel just keep that, kind of like trickle charge that battery. So that's something I'm going to discuss with a buddy of mine who's kind of a computer nerd. His name's Matt. But so those are all things that I will be doing. So yeah, like I said, mega shelter's coming out here. And I'll build, if I do get that property and this property, there's going to be a natural debris shelter out here, and I'm going to have to build a tarp structure there. There are some poplar trees that I could possibly cut down and use to build a frame, but it will have to be wrapped in a tarp because there's just not enough building material there to build a natural shelter. But if that stuff doesn't happen, then MRE, Chicken's Garden still. Other little projects that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be building a dog kennel here in a couple of weeks probably. Still got to do the dehydrating of the eggs. I know I keep really something I'm going to do tonight, just to show everybody how I do that. When I get my half a cow, which will be about 2 weeks probably, I'm going to show you guys how I make dehydrated spaghetti. Which it's not difficult, but not everybody knows how to do it. So, yeah, and I think regardless if that land happens or if it falls through, I'm going to be going to the state land and doing some videos. I still got to get a fishing license. All I have to fish out of is my kayak, and because that's why I love fishing. I haven't been out on the water because everybody's been so damn stir crazy because of the virus and the lockdown that everybody and their brother. I mean, it's been miserable the last 2 days, and I drove past one of the lakes and the boat launch is just full of people out there fishing. They don't give a shit. And I don't blame them, but, so that's the channel update. Website, possibility of getting land, which I did go out there yesterday and I explored it. I filmed a video to run with the video I filmed yesterday about the death basically of the mega shelter. I lost everybody. Oh, here we go. I've been looking at those, and they're cool, but the way BioLite stove, I would have to have a fire constantly because cell phones, which I have the Galaxy S20 Ultra because it's got a bad camera on it. That's what I take all my photos with because this thing is amazing. That picture where I got the 1,600 subscribers, that's the moon. I wasn't even in all the way on that thing, and look how awesome that picture turned out. So I don't know that the BioStove would really be beneficial because I've got to charge several battery packs to come out and keep juice to everything, to keep my phone charged, to keep all that stuff charged. I mean, it would be a good investment just for the stove itself. I mean, the stove is really cool, and you can get that little pot that goes on top for boiling water, which I'm going to get back big time into dehydrated meals, and and doing these MREs. So that would be fantastic. But I do also like digging a hole and starting a fire. So, I mean, I've been looking at those things since they've came out, and I just can't quite justify it yet. Maybe when I hit 2,000 subscribers, they'll sponsor me. Ever changing for the worst. It was only always going to get better. That's like at the end of the video, with every tragedy and miserable thing that happens, there's always a silver lining in life. My silver lining is I kind of got lazy doing this. I mean, I could go out there all the time, do whatever the hell I want, film my videos. It was a walk. Now I have to be more ambitious, and I have to go and excuse me, I have to go places. I have to explore more retracted. That's weird. What the hell's going on, Stone? Deleting messages? Or did Facebook automatically, or not Facebook, did YouTube? Huh. That's weird. It says your message was retracted. I don't know if that means you took it down or what, but okay. I'm trying to lose weight, okay, Stone? Jeez. So, I'm going to be making jerky and stuff like that, which I make some different types of jerky than people. So, I'll probably do some jerky recipes. There's one that I really love doing. It's a pineapple jalapeno teriyaki, or just pineapple jalapeno. It's got that sweet spicy to it. Oh my God, is it good. I'll be doing videos like that too here and there. She's around here somewhere. So, like I was saying, I got kind of complacent and lazy. So now it's going to revert back more into a bushcraft channel than a camping channel. I will be going out and if I find a dead tree, I'm going to bring my tarp and I'm going to build a shelter. I will have to completely take it down. I won't be able to cut any live trees on the state forest and stuff like that. As of right now, there's no fire watch or fire ban, so I don't have to worry about anything like that. So that is the direction this channel is going. That's the silver lining I was talking about. Yes, it sucks. It's sad. It's miserable. I love that shelter. That will always be a special spot to me because that's what got this thing going. I have been doing this YouTube channel for almost 2 years now. And just, a slow growth. And, I can't believe how fast my channel's growing. And that may not be fast to some people, but holy shit, that's Flash Gordon fast to me. And so I've got to keep pumping this content out. Every week there will be a new video, some form of bushcraft camping or camping in the mega shelter. Every week there will also be an MRE video. Every week there will be live chats throughout the week, possibly dependent on cell coverage, even during my camping videos on the state land, which I believe there's a T-Mobile tower in that state land, so I should have excellent coverage over there. That's who my service provider is, T-Mobile, because I love them, and I got a business account through them. It's really cheap and it's great. So, I got keep pumping. It's going to keep flowing and getting bigger and better. The website is just another aspect of this whole beast that I'm trying to nurture into a monster. That sounded corny. So, it's all slowly coming together, and it's because of you guys. It really is. I've created some friendships on here with Dub C, Stone. We mentioned the other day during a live chat, Dub C, next year I'm going to go back to Michigan. Him and I are going to meet up, and we're going to do I don't know if we're going to do a 3-day 2-night or a 2-day 1-night, but we're going to do a collaboration video. spot that's kind of special in my heart. It's where I bury all the people that I meet the first time. I'm kidding, maybe. So no, it's a really special place to me, and I think it's going to be awesome that Dub C and I are going to do a collaboration video together. I mentioned my Florida trip's put off until next year. I'm going to plan that a little bit better. A little bit better time, like when the shrimp are running or whatever the hell should do, to make sure that my buddy Phil not partying like girls getting drunk and shit like that. I'm just going to go down there and have a good time. Also, what else? Eventually, I don't know when, but my God, I would love to travel and with Stone. That would be awesome. Not going to happen this year. Maybe next year. Just have to see how things go. If this channel continues to grow and expand, that's all. I'll continue to buy different camping gear here and there. Not as much as I was, because you got to spend a lot of money to start a bit. I did, but I mean, through the last year and a half, Bill's channel, I spent a fair amount of money on gear. I don't want to be uncomfortable, because I'm not, was sleeping on that cot with my AirPad in the mega shelter. So, I'm in a tarp and I'm staying warm by hammock and my, some pretty extreme videos that, had on them now, they'd probably have thousands of views, but I did them in the heat, and that's what I slept in for a night. I brought the dog with me. If I wouldn't have brought the dog with me, but I felt bad leaving him at home. If I hadn't have brought him with me, I would have stayed all night. But it was. I note those videos a little bit more because I think people would really like them. Other note. So that's what's going on right now. I can't wait till the website's finished and put up. I'm gonna add all the gear that I've ever bought or used. I'm gonna put all those affiliate links in there. And again, for you that don't know, the Amazon affiliate, it doesn't cost you anything. So instead of Amazon making all the money for selling that item, like let's say somebody wanted to buy the camera I have. So instead of Amazon getting the full cut and making all that money, I get a percentage of it. So it goes into helping me with the channel, buying new gear, road trips, and do a hike. When the leaves are changing, just do just a hiking video. I plan on next year, because I think next year I get 4.5 weeks paid vacation through work. So, or maybe it's 5 weeks. I don't remember. I'll have to look again. But next year, I'm going to take a week to go down to Florida and hang out with my buddy Phil. We will be filming down there. Dakota! I see you. You look like you're doing something you shouldn't be. Damn dog. Anyways, I'm going to take a week to go back to Michigan. I'm going to visit my folks, do that collaboration video with Dub C, and I want to take a week to go up north. I'm really hoping by next year to have one of those ultralight canoes, but I really want to go up to the Boundary Waters and do a week trip with an ultralight canoe and camping. The great thing about the canoe versus that hiking trip I did, I'll be able to pack better gear and more gear because I'll have that canoe, and I'll be doing a lot of catch and cooks up there. I'll be bringing my dehydrated meals with again, my better water filter, all that stuff. So that should be a pretty good video, and that's happening next year. One where whether or not I get a $700 heavier canoe. One way or another, I will be doing that next year. And I don't know, I might just take a week off and just, maybe take extended weekends and go do a 3-day trip somewhere on state land or something. So yeah, there it is. That's my update for the channel. Website, Instagram's up, which I did share the link in the community tab on my YouTube for the Instagram. Oh, sorry. For some reason, my phone didn't want to show me your guys' comments. I thought I was talking to myself again. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'd say it'd probably like it. And that pops up and it gives you, you click show link and it says short link. So it gives you a link like this instead of a paragraph link. And that's it onto my description of the videos. I don't know, maybe I'll make a private video on how to do that and I'll send it to you, Stone. But it was pretty cool. I think you have to be really close to 1,000 subs in order to get it, which I know you already are. But it seems to me, because I think I tried it when I was at like 600 subs and it wouldn't let me. But I was at like 925 subs. It let me do it. But so yeah, it was challenging. I mean, I've sold a few things, but nothing like super exciting right home about. I think I've made like $6 on it so far since I've been doing it back in like January. But you know, that's where the website's going to come into play, because I'll link that to my YouTube and those like I was saying earlier, and I think I seen a squirrel. The webcams, I'm going to embed those into that website so you guys can watch that stuff constantly. You know, it'll be, I don't know, maybe it's corny, maybe I'm just overthinking the idea, but I personally would watch it. But I'm kind of a dork. So I'm super stoked, man. I think this was a blessing in disguise with those evil cows. At first I was legitimately upset. It felt like my channel was going to fall apart and die, to be honest with you. Dakota, here. Come here, Dakota. Goofy dog. Listens so well, just like her mother. What are you doing? Getting in trouble? Goofball. So yeah. Yep. That's the game plan. So again, from the bottom of my back, at first I was against it. I'm like, why the hell do I want to do a live chat? And then I just decided to do that one out in the mega shelter there, and I was like, holy shit, you know, it's cool. And yeah, like I said, you know, the bigger this gets, the better it's going to get. I'm going to keep challenging myself and hopefully keeping you guys entertained. And I'm going to shave. I need to. It's at that point where it itches and drives me nuts. If I let it grow like another week, it won't itch, but I kind of want to shave. It's going to be 90 on Tuesday. So yeah. Cheers. It's coffee. With this really amazing creamer that tastes like creme brulee, which is a really good dessert. Thank you, Jeremy. So yeah, anything else you guys want to talk about? I don't know, it might just be here. Kind of like the chicken fajitas kind of things. Cooking meals like that. Yeah, the dehydrated meals are great and they're fun and they taste just like, you know, the real thing once you rehydrate them. And I know the secret to doing it. But you know, some people they dehydrate like hamburger and like, oh, they compare it to gravel. Well, the secret with that is you got to let it sit in water and almost simmer it as opposed to boiling it. If you can actually do the meat separate, it's even better. Like if I had the spaghetti don't bother me because the way I cook it, I really slow cook it. So, you know, it's not like getting a freeze-dried meal where you pour hot water in there and 5 minutes later you got a meal. You know, when I rehydrate my spaghetti, that's a half hour, 45-minute process. I know But Ryan, that's just as long as fresh spaghetti. I know that. Fresh spaghetti would be a pain in the ass to take on trips. Just saying. No, that pond is about 25 feet across and it's perfectly round. And I couldn't tell because it was cloudy. It's crystal clear, but it looks like it's only a couple. So, best case scenario, maybe frog legs. But the state land that I'm going to this weekend, there's supposed to be northerns, bass, perch, everything in that river. So I'm going to try to get a spot right on that river and do some fishing. Walleye probably already ran or are running, or at least in the river. So I might try some night fishing, see if I can get some walleye. It'd be fun. But yeah, that's my plan. State forest land. Well, properly social distancing. And some other sensational words to make that wind shifted. So yeah, that's the plan. So like I said,